Hi everyone, welcome to the 12 o'clock channel. I'm here today with a Baltani watch from China. This is a micro brand that runs their store on AliExpress. This is a first for me as I don't normally buy micro brands, neither do I review them. But this one is very interesting, that's why I want to share it with you guys. So please bear with me and I will do a brief unboxing first before I go into the review. Okay, so I just want to quickly show you what's inside the case and what the watch comes with. So it comes in this nice travel case that's well padded inside, and obviously there's the watch. There's a instruction manual, a cleaning cloth, a warranty card, and a strap changing tool. So this is quite simple packaging, but quite effective. I just hope all manufacturers give you a useful and small travel case to put the watch in, rather than a large, say, wooden box or a cardboard box. This is much more useful. Anyway, let's get into the watch. So the watch we have here is a homage to the Rolex bubble back from Baltani. Now, I know that some of you guys might have problem with homage watches, but tell you what, the Rolex bubble back has been out of production since the 1950s. Correct me if I'm wrong here. And the ones you can get online is in a condition that I wouldn't be wearing comfortably every day, right? So this watch will give you the same feeling as the Rolex bubble back, without having to worry about, say, water damage or the condition of the dial, etc. And this is at a fraction of the cost as well. So a homage watch to a watch that's long out of production and you can no longer buy, and the ones you can get in vintage condition, this I don't have any problems with, and I think this is what homage watches should be about. Anyway, this is my rant about homage watches. Let's get into the watch proper. So let's get the dimensions out of the way. It measures 36 millimeters in diameter. Thickness is 13.5. Whoops, it moved there. 13.5. Lug to lug is a very comfortable 44 millimeters, and lug width should be 18. Yep, it is. Now this is a relatively small watch, which is on the chunky side, but as you can see that most of the thickness goes into the bezel, the highly domed sapphire crystal, and the bubble back. Now the crystal is very satisfying because as you tilt it, you can see the distortion in the dial, which is reminiscent of the 1950s acrylic crystals. And the case back, true to its name, is a bubble back, and it's highly polished, so it's very comfortable to wear. The lugs here don't turn down as much. They're pretty straight, but due to the short lug-to-lug distances, you're not going to have a problem wearing this. This watch comes with multiple different choices for dial layout and colors. The one I chose here is a brown California dial with center second hands. You can also choose dial with sub-second hand, and also a diverse indices layout. You can also have choice of a pencil hands like here, or a Mercedes hands. On the AliExpress store, they are all preset that you can choose from. So for my watch configuration, the center second California dial, it actually comes with Mercedes hands, but I have requested through customer service to change it to pencil hands because I like it better. I'm not sure if they offer that service to everyone, but they certainly did it for me, so you can always try, and their customer service is very nice. The other thing you can do with this is customize text on the dial. What I did was to balance things out with the logo. So the standard dial only has the Baltani name on at 12 o'clock. I put self-winding at 6 o'clock just to balance the dial out. You can choose to do whatever you like. There's also 3 different dial dial colors. So the brown one, which to me reminiscent of the tropical dial, the standard black one, and a medium blue dial. That blue is not the typical navy blue you will get. It's more of a medium blue, so it's a bit more playful. I think it looks great with the divers indices, but with the California dial, I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, it's your personal choice. The lume on all dials is this Faltina lume. I think it looks good and suits the vintage look of this watch. Obviously, the lume on the hands also matches that Faltina lume. The crown of this watch, like the watch it's paying homage to, the Rolex bubble back, is an onion crown that screws down for water resistance. Now the action of the crown is relatively smooth. It's easy to operate, to unscrew and screw back in, but it's not the smoothest. I think it's due to the size of the crown being quite small, but you have no problem of operating a day in, day out. Anyway, there's also a pleasant surprise here. So if I pull the crown out, the second hand immediately hacks. That means there is no gold state positioning here. So what Baltani did here is they used the NH38 movement, which is a dateless version of the NH35. Right, so they have gone to the length to eliminate that gold state position by choice of movement, which is a very pleasant surprise here. So I will just adjust the time to the standard 10 past 10 here for the rest of the review. There you go. And screwing it back in is easy. So for this watch, you get 200 meters of water resistance. I haven't tested myself, but I trust Baltani with their figures. So let's look at how this wears on my wrist. As you can see, I lost a little bit of weight. My wrist size is now 17.5 millimeters rather than 18 millimeters, centimeters. Would have a tiny little wrist if I have 18 millimeters, wouldn't I? So, as you can see, this watch wears very nicely. The lugs doesn't even protrude beyond the width of my wrist here. And it's a very comfortable light watch to wear as well. I wear it for the last few days, and I just don't feel it on my wrist. It's that comfortable. Now a big, well, not a big downer, but a downer is the leather strap. It's soft and supple enough for a comfortable wear, but as you can see, it's not the highest quality, right? You can get better straps than this. It is genuine leather, so that's good, but it's not the best leather quality that I have seen. I mean, $200. Aussie dollars. You have to save some cost somewhere, right? So rather than saving on the workmanship of the watch, they save their cost on the leather strap. It's fine. It's still better than some of the Seiko straps. So So what is the quality like on this $200 macro brand watch? I can tell you now that it is excellent. From the case finishing to the dial printing, it is similar in quality to a watch that costs around $1,000. Let's look at the case finish first. It's brushed on the top and polished on the sides, with the bezel also being highly polished. Now the polishing on this is very even. On a Orient Komatsu or Kamako, which cost similar in price, there's unevenness and waviness in the polishing, but here you can't see any of that. The line between the polishing and brushing is also very well defined, unlike say a Seiko Turtle where you get muddled line between the polishing and brushing transition. The printing quality is crystal clear. The indices, lettering, and the railroad track around it has a very clear defined edge to them. The hands on the other hand is slightly ordinary. They're highly polished and they're well made, but they're flat. However, they do reach all the way, well, the minute hand and the second hand do reach all the way to the railroad track, which is a bonus. So just some final thoughts on the Baltani Homage to the Rolex bubble back. I found it to be an excellent little watch to wear every day. It's comfortable, it's light on the wrist. Now I can see the attraction of a vintage small-sized watch through wearing this Homage watch. And the quality you get for $200 is just phenomenal on this one. Now, I should have said that at the beginning of the review. I bought this watch myself. This is not paid promotion or anything like that. So this is an honest opinion. Would I get another Baltani watch? The answer is yes. The quality is excellent. The attention to detail is also excellent. You know, from the movement they chose, how the hands reach all the way to the railroad track, etc. And also they have a lot of watches that's homage to out of production watches, or watches that's hard to get. And also they have some original designs as well. There's one particular one that I'm quite interested is that uses the Rolex bubble back case, or similar in style, but larger, but with a bronze bezel around it, fixed bezel, and has these steel ball bearings on the bronze bezel. And that's sort of a weird and wonderful look. It's sort of modern and vintage at the same time. So let's not get off track, but yeah, that's something I'm interested in as well. So macro brands in general do a lot of designs that major manufacturers won't do. Like Rolex is not going to bring back the bubble back, I'm guessing, right? And that's where the fun is. Although a lot of them can be homages, but they're doing homages to watches that major brands are not ever going to bring back. So that's where the fun is, and that's how homage or macro brands should be like. Anyway, I'm running off track again. So I'm just starting to explore the macro brand side of the watch collecting. So in future, you will see a lot more macro brands in the review sections. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this review, and for $200, I do recommend you to go and just purchase one and try it out. It's very little money for so much watch. Anyway, I hope you enjoy the review. Click on subscribe or like or whatever, and I will see you guys next time.